What's good, YouTube? Here today, I'm talking about how to keep a woman, all right? Look, when I told y'all I was going to post consistently, I meant that, all right? That wasn't no mess I was just saying. Because if I tell you something,
Bitch, believe him. Believe him, bitch. Believe him. Get the fuck on my phone, you too, bitch.
My love seems like
back at it again with the white vans, damn it. All right, so look, check this out. This ain't none of that my homeboy sent me. Let's just get that out the way first. Cause y'all think a lot of these dating topics come from him. I'd say 1/3 of it does, right? All right, so let's just go ahead and get into it and get to the part that you're waiting for. Well, actually, I gotta one little thing real quick. Look, this video's gonna probably be long as hell. All right, so you ain't got the patience to watch it. I understand, all right? But loving a woman, trying to keep a woman is a lot more complicated than it is to keep a man. So this might go over at least 2 or 3 videos, all right? So with that being said, let's get into what you're talking to, what you came for. First things first, all right? Number one. Look, the first way you keep a woman, right, is being consistent. Look, I know a lot of that, these days men are conditioned to kind of act like women, or so to speak. Like, men are being conditioned to do a lot of feminine shit. And, that's very sad for, like, the overall arc of what we're dealing with here in this totality, right? I'm not gonna put another skit in here. The hell with that. Look, being consistent, right? It's very hard for a woman to trust you if your character is not consistent. Like, personally, it's not the biggest thing I pride myself on, but it's one of the things I try to stick, to the most. Being consistent is hard for most dudes because actually sticking with a woman long-term and standing behind the things you say, throughout the totality of the relationship, it's difficult for some of y'all because, the stress that it takes to actually date a woman. But if you can get down being consistent and being the same person every day, look, it's easier for a person to trust in you if they know what kind of character, like if your character has a baseline to it, if that makes sense. Meaning like, they know what you're going to eat every day. Not saying you eat the same thing every day, but they kind of have a good grip on your patterns. Like, so it means it's like, okay, she can understand kind of who she's dealing with, if that makes sense. So again, that was the part I wanted to talk to first. I'm going to have some special guests coming here and look, it's going to take me and all of my friends to do this video. I'm telling you, it's going to be long as a fuck. I'm not even going to bullshit you, all right? So just strap yourself in for a long-ass ride. What's going on, man? It's Jim on the way. All right, look, check this out. Number 2, all right? Because, again, my friend told you that he's going to need help doing this. I'm telling you, we're going to walk this all the way down. All right, number 2, emotional availability, all right? If you're the kind of man that is unavailable emotionally, right? If you make her feel invalidated, if you don't take in none of the things she feels, as a dude, all right? I understand it's not the easiest thing to relate to emotions, all right? A lot of us don't have it like that. We don't have it in the same totality the way women have it. And I've been using that word a lot lately. I'm about to look it up. But being emotionally available, bro. Look. Emotions to women is the same weight as respect is to a man. Emotions and feelings and them needing to be heard is a big deal. Women need to get feelings off their chest. You might have one feeling till they're 20, all right? That's how they're made, that's how they're wired, and there's nothing wrong with that, all right? But look, you can't make it feel like her coming to you is a bad thing. Straight up. Like, she needs to know that her emotions are safe with you. Being emotionally available is one of the biggest things, like it's the biggest and one of the smoothest, not smooth, but like, it's a pretty solid way to lose a woman, right? If you were just being a jackass to her feelings, like if you're never taking her feelings into account, like never talking to her, like even if you feel it's silly, right? I know a lot of us dudes, we do this thing where it's like, feelings can be a bit extra to us because we're not conditioned for it. Look, I don't care how small it is, how trivial it is. Look, put it this way. If you don't start listening to her feelings, she's going to tell another dude that does care. All right? You don't want that happening, all right? So be as emotionally available as possible. Straight up. All right, look. If you feel like you're struggling with, like, taking one's emotions seriously and stuff like that, right? If you really, like, catching trouble with that, every time you feel like you don't want to listen to emotions, think of it in the same space as, like, her not wanting to give you head or her not wanting to have sex. You know what I mean? Like, take it as serious as you take that. And it'll help with, you like taking her emotions a little bit more. Like, because I know for guys, it could be a little bit difficult to just hear constant emotion. It's like opening an oven on 350. I'm telling you, you have to do it. It's something you gotta learn and incorporate into yourself. Her feeling safe with you, with her emotions, is very vital. It's a very, 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 very big deal. So again, never invalidate her emotions, right? Be emotionally available, understand. Now, I'm not sitting here saying, let me put it this way, right? Don't let her emotions move you off your square and get you upset. But just what I'm saying is like, when she comes to you with things, really sit there and legitly listen to it. Don't just blow it off. Because when you gonna want to have sex, or you gonna want to like get some head or something like that, or you gonna want her to do something for you, just understand that goes, what goes around comes around. If you sit there and just push her feelings to the side, act like it's nothing, or make it seem like it's small, look, what's small to us is gigantic to them. They need that emotional connection. Like, they need it. It's a big deal for them. So again, just Jim Ronell coming at you, just telling you what it is from my perspective. I'm gonna pass it to the next guy, all right? Because we both doing some heavy lifting there. That's who it is, man. Trucker Ronell. All right. I'm gonna keep it raw gutter with you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. Straight up. What's going on? Listen, man. The third point that we have on this video, right? The third point. Look, experiences. Look, women get bored very, very easily. I wouldn't say easily, but like the worst thing you can be to a woman is boring. So there's got to be, like, dating you has to be like an experience. Like, if y'all don't just date and then sit in front of the TV every day, look, depending on what type of woman she is, she might get bored pretty quickly. Just saying. Seriousness, like, okay, us as guys, right? Most of us can come home, sit on the couch, and be all right with that. We don't need a whole lot. We like to do stuff, but it ain't in the same capacity as women like to do stuff. Look, that song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, that's a very real thing. All right, that's not just, it's a song, but it's like based off some very real shit. Look, you can't be the kind of guy that wants to just come home and sit on the couch all the time. Yeah, sometimes that's great. Nothing wrong with that. During the week, y'all both working. But, when y'all have time, plan stuff, go out, have fun, like, enjoy life, all right? If dating you is worse than actually being outside, most girls are going to choose to be outside because it's a lot more fun. I know it don't make sense to you because, you look, in your mind, you would rather, your girl be more chill, sit the hell down, don't do nothing. Look, if it's hot outside, if it's any type of decent weather, anything, popular going on, she's going to want to be involved, all right? That's just how women are wired. They like to do stuff, all right? So if you're going to be on them kind of guys that don't like to do anything, don't like to go nowhere, don't like to, experience life in any kind of way, like I said, women need things to look forward to. Then you might have a bit of a tough time in this area. It's just something you need to work on. So, just saying. While I'm on the topic, right? You also need to have experiences. Giving experiences is one thing. Having experiences is another. Look, at some point, every girl's going to come to you asking you stuff. Asking you to handle things. Asking you to deal with things. And if you don't have any type of experience to pull from, it's going to be very hard for you to solve a problem if you've never actually been anything. I'm talking to y'all that don't like to go anywhere. They don't like to talk to women. They don't like to, tried things in life, meaning like you've never, you know, been in any situations, you've never gotten out of situations, you've never, you know, had to really survive anything that took any real difficulty to survive it. You know what I mean? Look, men are valued for your experience. Look, these grays I got in my beard, I didn't get these grays out of nowhere. I've had to survive some stuff to get to this point, all right? So again, it's just something to take into account that, you know, when you are sitting out here just wanting to just chill, not do nothing, when you know, y'all younger guys that don't want to take nobody on no date, that don't know how to put things together, you know, like, okay, me and her are planning on traveling, like at some point, you know, we like to do stuff like that. Traveling's a big thing for women a lot of times. Like, most girls like to go places and see things. Like, it's not fun to be the girl that's like never been anywhere. Like, okay, the way they're set up, it's like they see other girls doing stuff, they're gonna want to do stuff too. It's not gonna be one of those things you can get around, right? Most men don't see other men doing stuff and want to do the exact same thing. We're just not like social creatures like that. So again, this is just one of those points. Take it into account, all right? I'm going to pass it to the next guy, and he's going to finish this whole thing up. Straight up. What's good with y'all? Look, this is Ronell at the house, all right? Check this out. So look, the fourth and final piece for this video, okay? Straight up, is protection. Every girl in some capacity, shape, and form wants to feel protected. I don't care how tough she thinks she is, how gangster she thinks she is. I don't care if she's a CEO of a Fortune 5 company. I don't care if she's Ronda Rousey, all right? At some point or another, every woman in every space wants to feel protected, all right? This is a ball you can't drop too often, all right? Look, I get that some of you guys are scared. Y'all are not confrontational, but the hell with all that. You better be the type of guy that's willing to step in and fight for your woman, all right? Because if she can't feel protected with you, she's as good as gone. And I'm telling you, that's not something you want to keep dropping the ball on. I'm just being honest with you. Look, this protection thing even extends the feelings, all right? It's the same, like, protection and emotions almost kind of go hand in hand. Emotions are kind of here. Protection is like right up under it. Look, it's the same thing with her feelings. If she feels like she can't express that her feelings are not being protected with you, dog, you are going to get a whole lot of that, oh, okay, I'm just fine. No, nothing's the problem. I'm cool. Nothing's wrong. And you be knowing when y'all have that feeling when your girl's telling you something's wrong, but, you know, she's just not talking to you about it. That's because she feel like she can't talk to you about it, all right? Like I said, even with emotions, every little thing matters. No matter how silly or trivial it might be. Look, I'm not saying you got to have a full-blown debate about it, but you got to at least take it into consideration, dog. The girl's feelings have got to be protected with you, all right? You can't be on some type of mess when you feel like you don't got to care about nothing. Because if she feel like she can't come to you with none of the things that bother her, then she won't come to you and she'll go to someone else. I'm just giving it to you straightforward. But yeah, man, I just pretty much wanted to get all that off my chest. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be a two-parter because, again, there's like at least 4 or 5 more parts I want to add to this. But I don't feel like talking this long, to be honest with you. And I'm not trying to be on no low energy shit today. It's just making this one takes a little bit longer. And it takes a little bit more out of me to do all this talking. You know what I mean? But, you know, I enjoyed going about it. And I enjoyed introducing myself 4 separate times. It probably won't be a concept that I reuse again. It's a lot of work that goes into that. But again, you know, it was just something I really wanted to express to people. You know, I might even make 3 parts of this video. Because, again, you know, when it comes to keeping a woman interested, it's a lot more complicated than it is to keep a dude. It's just that as a dude, we have a way of simplifying things, so we don't like to do anything that's too complex. But again, you know, this is just me getting things off my chest, saying what I felt like I needed to, you know, adding the advice to the space that I felt like needed to be heard. If you really want to know what I think, all right? So again, y'all have a good day. You do what you want with this advice. It's not foolproof guarantee. It's just what I feel like from my perspective. So, y'all do what y'all want to do. It's your life. You keep fucking it up if you want. Y'all have a good day.